In the previous video, we talked about the 7 reasons why marriage is awesome and why it's something you should look forward to. But if you're single, have you ever asked yourself this question? Why do I want to get married? Let's talk about that and much more here on this episode of Couples Pursuit Live.
Couples Pursuit.
Hello, this is Vincent.
And Valerie
Woodard. And on this episode of Couples Pursuit,
we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you shouldn't get married.
5 reasons why you shouldn't get married. Look, have you ever seen the movie Why Did I Get Married? I think they made a 1 in
or 2.
Yeah.
TOO, yes.
And it's a movie about, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's a good movie. A movie about 4 couples that go on a retreat. And they're, I guess maybe they go on a retreat so they can get away and relax. But they end up rehashing like old issues that never been resolved in the marriage. And they're kind of questioning, like, why did I really get married to this person? And like, what was my motivation at the time? Because, you know, so many things go haywire and everything like that. But I say that, or I ask that question, have you seen the movie? Because it kind of leads to this topic, this video that we're talking about. It's like, when you decide that you wanted to marry a person, you want to spend the rest of your life with them. Like, have you really just sat down and say, like, you know, why do I want to marry this person? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is it more than the feeling you're having at?
Yeah. It's how
they asked you.
How deep is it? And what did you say when you asked that question? You know, to yourself. You know, what was the reason that you gave yourself? You know, and what are some things that we kind of rationalize and we kind of explain away? You know, well, I know they're like this, and I know this has happened, but. You know, so let's talk about some of those issues. So if you know someone that is thinking about getting married or in the early stages of marriage, I'm not advocating divorce, nothing, but I'm just saying we really need to question, like, why are we here? What are we really doing? You know, what are we going to do? And let's get a good foundation of, you know, why we strive to keep this together. Because if not, whenever the wind blows, you know, left, right, up and down, your marriage can go that way too. And
if you don't have a solid foundation.
You don't have a solid foundation.
That's true.
Yes. So, baby.
Yes. 5
reasons why a person maybe shouldn't get married. I'm not telling you what to do.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
Well, it's funny because, oddly enough, some people feel like no one's ever going to ask them to get married, right? Well, or if the person, let's just say, if someone asked me to get married, then that's my big chance to get married. And I should just say yes. Yes. Because I might miss out on the opportunity. Well, if you don't have a solid foundation, no matter how much you care for a person, that person cares for you. If you don't have good communication, if you don't have a solid foundation, if you don't have a common goal in the marriage, then if you don't know where you're going, then you don't know how to get there. There you go. I believe that's the idea when we thought about, you know, this topic. It's like, okay, where is the vision going to lead you? Is there a vision?
Yeah. That's great. And then if there is a vision, where's it taking you? What's the drive? What's the pull? What's the thing that you want to get to? Like, you know, I want to get to a place where, you know, our marriage is successful. It helps someone, can help us become the best versions of ourselves, can help us to reach our purpose, you know, whether it's be something that we're doing together or individually, but what can I do to help my spouse out? You know, what things are they dealing with? Are they hoping to accomplish? Are their dreams and desires? You know, what are those things? You know, and how can I help? Do I want to help? Do I even want to deal with it? Do I even want to be?
Is it about me? Because you know, and I'm probably digging into our message tonight, but marriage is not just about how you feel. It's not just about happiness. It's not just about, happiness in the sense of just your happiness. This person makes me happy. Yeah. Well, the set of circumstances that you're living in today may be a different set tomorrow. And can you stay in the rain, so to speak, when things start to change? I like that. Are you able to go with the flow? Is that person a fair weather friend, a fair weather love, a fair weather relationship type person? And if things go any differently, will they still be interested?
That is so good. That is so good.
Are they interested in building a future and having a long-term love, friendship, relationship? Or is it, you make me happy right now, and if you don't, am I going to be okay with that?
Yeah. I mean, really, you have to ask yourself these questions, I believe, in order to get to the root of why did I get married? Why are we getting married?
Right.
So that leads us to one, like you said, reason number one.
Okay.
Not to get married.
All right.
Is because they look good. Now, fellas, look. I understand. I talk to the brothers because I understand how we think. I understand how we talk. Most of the time, and a woman can be so captivating. Y'all just have this
essence.
Your sense. You have this draw to you, and sometimes you don't like the attention because it draws a lot of characters. But sometimes it's that one. It's that Boaz. It's that one that be like, who is that? And so you go. I'm not saying Boaz married Ruth because she just looked good. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying if that's the only reason why you decide to marry someone, those looks, they can fade. Health
can change. Yes, it can.
Men, we can get fat. We can stop working out. We can stop. The metabolism slows down, and we're not really, burning weight. Without having to burning calories, without even having to do anything. Women you can have a baby.
That can change your whole body.
That can change your whole body physically and also emotionally.
Emotionally, it can change you.
Yeah. So because they look good, I understand the draw, but that's you just want to have someone to look good on your side. That right there can be a problem down the line.
Yes, it's temporal. Beauty can fade, and it's okay to like you said to love what's aesthetically pleasing about a person, to like that and be attracted to that. But that has to be the icing, it has to be the wrapping, it has to be the bow on the gift. It can't be your focus, because God forbid anything could happen. And even if nothing ever happened, pretty can only do so much.
That's true.
You
can be the meanest person in the world.
You can be pretty mean.
Attitude.
You can be pretty cheap. You can be pretty selfish. You can be pretty ugly in your behavior, and and you can be pretty vain. There are so many things that go along with just looking good that don't necessarily lend themselves to longevity and growth. Quality of relationship.
So that is something that you have to be aware of. I believe that if you just because they're so fine, or they so gorgeous or whatever, that those
fit
looks,
the fantasy.
Those looks, they can fade.
Right.
Have you ever thought about the fact that what happens if I have to take care of this person? What if something happens? And cleaning up a bedpan is not sexy sometimes.
It's never sexy. It's never.
I'm just
sexy.
saying you can be one to serve. I was trying to get in the vein of people just want to serve and they find. But I'm just saying you have to understand better or for worse. I believe they say that in every vow. I even looked that up. That I think in every
version.
They might take the obey part out. They might take some other thing, but I believe that for better and worse is like in every vow.
Yeah. In general, you just don't know what's going to happen, so You got to build your relationship on a firm foundation. Build it on something that's going to last.
That's true.
And looks may not.
That's right. That's right. So that was one number one.
Okay.
Reason not to get married. Reason number two not to get married is to solve your relationship problem.
Oh, I like this one.
See, marriage could magnify the attributes of someone who is committed to you, but getting married won't make that person respect you. When I say magnify the attribute, if they were a disrespectful person before you got married, you were like, okay, well, I'm gonna marry, maybe they'll cherish me more because I'm married to, I'm their husband, I'm their wife. No, I think marriage actually magnifies those things. If they were a selfish person before you got married, you're like, okay, well, they understand when we get married, it's supposed to be about us, but it could actually backfire and be like, they can be more selfish, like, this marriage is for me. You know, you just along for the ride. You know,
or you knew who I was when you married
you knew.
me, so.
Yes, I hear that. We hear that a lot. You hear that a lot. So to solve your relationship problems, if you have thoughts like, okay, well, you know, they withdraw to themselves because they're not in a relationship. We get in a relationship, they'll come out more. They'll express themselves more. Why are you shaking your head?
I'm shaking my head because many things happen around this train of thought. If we get married, once we get married, he will. Sometimes with women, but I think also with men.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Well, once we get married, he'll be faithful. We'll settle down. You know, or once we have a baby, that's another one that'll change him. Not.
No.
A person is now. If they change, it is because they decide to.
There you go.
That said, I remember one time you told me, you said, and it was very true. It stands true today. Person can only do what you allow
that's true.
within a relationship. What you actually said is a man can only do as much as a woman will allow him to do. And you know, we came to a point where the rubber met the road with that. And a lot of times we don't realize until it's too late that what is happening in the relationship is what we have allowed to happen.
Yeah, she didn't allow me to be disrespectful to her anymore. I'm not going to just be able to spaz and vent when I get angry and upset, and I want to get my point across, and you know, no, let me talk, and you should just listen, and that's how the conversation are going to go, because I said it, I got my piece out, and I'm done. I'm okay, you know. And I don't understand why you're still upset, and it went like that cycles.
And what happened was we would talk about those cycles before we got married, and at one point called off the wedding, and because of those issues, and we went to counseling and did all that, you know, we thought we needed to do, but really it was just glossed over until we really dealt with it. It didn't change. It did not change. And it wasn't until, one, I said, put my foot down, and two, he was like, you know what,
I need to change.
She's not dealing with this, and
yeah, I want to change. It wasn't because so I can get back with her.
Yeah, putting the ring on my finger did not change anything about him. He was who he was, and I was who I was, with or without this ring. This does not change. The ceremony doesn't change.
Yeah.
The party doesn't change it. All the attention doesn't change it.
The
no,
gifts,
none
all
of that.
The friends, you know, wow, well wishes, we wish you the best and all that. Well, you know.
It's just like the sun is going to go down every night.
Yeah.
It's going to come up every morning. It's still going to be there, and you're going to have to deal with it.
You're going to have to deal with it. So to solve your relationship problems, that's the reason not to get married. Yeah. Reason number 3 not to get married is because you're afraid to be alone. You're tired of being alone. Look, we get it. Being alone can sometimes be lonesome, depressing. Sometimes
sad.
If you're not happy within yourself, you're desiring, yearning for the compassion of someone, and you haven't gotten it. And you don't really see that on the horizon in the near future. And then someone comes along and they give you the attention that you so crave and you so desire. And but they brought a whole bunch of baggage. They brought a whole bunch of other issues, but they paid attention to you. They filled a void. They filled a void, and you was like, okay, well, I don't want to be alone. I know, they got 20 kids and 20 baby mamas, and I got they don't like to work. And they they keep asking me for money, and it just,
this is painful.
But they show me so much attention, and I don't want to be it.
They have a lot of time on their hands, obviously, if they don't work. They can show you some attention, but wow, that's a deep one, and if you can get married and still be alone. Yeah. If you're not marrying for the right reasons. Yeah. And you're not marrying, I don't want to say the right person, because there's a right person for each person. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. But also, it is selfish to marry someone that can fulfill. Yeah. It has to be going in both directions. Mm-hmm. My husband can be the best guy in the world, but if I just marry him because he's so good to me, even if he is fulfilling a need that I have, it can't just be about what I need. Mm-hmm. And and that is what happens oftentimes when people are in a relationship that that is unhealthy. Yeah. And people go, well, why do they stay? Well, why did you? It's a very subtle thing, but oftentimes when someone is in a relationship that is not necessarily beneficial to them as a whole, there's something they're getting out of that relationship. Yeah. There's something that they're trading for the space that person is filling, whether that be what it feels like, what it looks like, whether it be whether it be for physical attention or well, if I get married, then I don't have to worry about having sex or finding partners, and feeling guilty about that if that's something that pertains to you. Mm-hmm. My parents will get off my back, or my girlfriends will stop asking, or I can go ahead and have a baby because I need to fill that need. Whatever. If we're getting married just to satisfy our need, we're getting married. Yeah. And look, no one can make you happy. That's totally up to you. They can influence, they can do some things to bring you joy, but will bring you to add to your joy. Right. Joy is from the inside. But no one can make you and complete you. People say, you complete me. Well, you already be complete, and they add to. You need to be a whole person. You need to be a whole person. And when it comes to, we talk about biblically, the husband and the wife coming together, then yes, they complete the purpose. In one another, they bring that together. But as far as him making me a whole person, he's not able to do that. Yeah, I mean, because it's there are two people that have bonded together. So when a man and woman, first of all, he said a man and a woman, and also in the creation, he said, "Let us create them." I mean, they were already individuals, right? So it wasn't like, okay, well, if the man is not here, the woman doesn't matter. It's like a woman comes because she's a suitable helper. The man is here to fulfill the purpose. It's like you have roles to play, but you have to understand that you have to be the best version of you. I like to say, a better me is a better we. Absolutely. Yeah. And if one of us is broken, both of us are. And therefore we have to be there to undergird one another. That person cannot just be there for you. Something is missing and something is broken, or you can't just be there for them, and they're not there for you. It is meant to be a give and take relationship, you know, and whatever the reason is, if you're marrying so that someone can fill your need without you wanting to do the same, that's an issue.
That is so true. That is so true.
Yeah.
So, reason number 4 is to not get married is to prove something.
What am I proving?
You're proving that sometimes people marry to parade around town their gorgeous husband, their fine wife, and to get married to prove something like, look, y'all didn't think I can get married, but you know, look at me now, you know.
So
okay,
a status symbol.
Yeah, you get, and also maybe your parents, they divorced, and you want to show them that this is the best way to do it, and I'm going to show you, you know, that how to have a good marriage, and you want to have a successful marriage. That's fine, great goal, but not just to prove your parents wrong. Or to say like, you know, y'all done it wrong, y'all raised me wrong, y'all just done everything. And also to your family, you know, your family might have kept asking you, you know, are you ever gonna get married? Are you ever gonna have any kids? Are you ever, you know? And it's like, okay, well, look at me now, you know. All those are not good reasons to get married. It's not a status show. It's not a parade. You know, it's not look who can do it first.
Trend.
You know, all my friends are married, so here I go. It's none of those things.
Right.
They're not good reasons because they're all built on just rocks.
Yeah, to see what I can get. You know, how much. Look what I can do. Look who I got. You know, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer, she's a model, she's this, she's that, you know, and I guess I showed y'all that makes me look good. It makes me successful. It validates who I am. Yeah.
Oh, we would be so good together because you
we look good on paper.
And, you know, you're going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lawyer, our kids are going to go to private, you know, all those.
Yeah, and this one of the silliest things I've heard, I think he'll make some pretty babies. Dumb.
Really care for him and love him.
I think she'll make me some pretty babies. Okay, well that's nice.
Yeah.
But that's
she got baby making hips. I heard that.
Oh. Yeah, I have heard that childbearing hips, you know. I'm like, I don't know about that, but okay. So I hope that's going to sustain you for a lifetime, you and all those children.
I have my doubts. All right, so last reason to not get married is because it's practical. Now, we understand that marriages have some benefits in some countries, tax benefits, you know, for adoption, spouses for visa, insurance, and it might tempt you to get married even though you haven't really worked through all the kinks and all the other things that you need to work through, but so you can get to the benefits. But I urge you to slow your roll, you know, because even in that, I remember I told my wife, now I proposed to my wife and I wanted to marry her. And she said yes, thank God. And so we planned a wedding, you know.
It was 18 months.
Yeah, 18 months out. Okay. So within those 18 months, somehow, some way, she got pregnant. she got pregnant.
Crickets.
Right. So, I mean, and the diploma she had at the time didn't really have health insurance benefits like that. So we was like, okay, well, this baby's going to come. I have good insurance. Why not, you know?
Yeah, you were like, you want to go on and get married now? I was like, no. And I had a friend, I love my friend, but she was like, well, Valerie, are you going to baby come? No, because if we've told this part of our story before. When I met my husband, I was celibate, abstinent, however you want to put it, and somewhere along the way, I began to live in my flesh, and we did become intimate, and we. And no, he did not coerce me. You know, he didn't force me. And what happened is our youngest daughter was conceived, and And yes, it would have been easier to say, well, let's just go on and do it, so.
But it wouldn't have been for the right reason.
No, it wouldn't have been for the right. Well, we already knew we wanted to get married, but that it wasn't worth me saying, okay, well, let's just rush and just do it because I need this benefit.
Mm-hmm. And if we would have jumped to that, I believe we would have skipped, because after that, later on, we started going to marital counseling. Mm-hmm. And in that premarital counseling, we learned so many nuggets that we still carry to this day, 22 years later.
Yeah.
And I do not think that we would have received it or even gone to if we would have just jumped the broom.
No, if we would have just jumped the broom, we would have bypassed the counseling and all of that. And we both, I really needed restoration because of the guilt that I carried for not maintaining my abstinence, because that was my goal. It was my goal within the relationship to not have sex before I got married. I had been married before, and I just I wanted to do things the right way. Mm-hmm. This time. That was my goal. And had we just bypassed that, we would have missed all of the healing that happened within me and all of the enlightenment that happened with us as a couple. And then we were able to then, and some people might think this is crazy because we had already been together. Mm-hmm. We had already had a child, but we were able to remain abstinent. Yeah. We were able to abstain before we got married. Mm-hmm. My husband had that wonderful time of learning and self-discipline. Yep. And he was able to truly believe, because I think he halfway believed I had been abstinent for all those years before I met him. It was like, oh, that's not possible. But he saw that it was. No, yeah. I mean, I believe it I just didn't see how a person could. I'm just be honest with you. It was like, why would you do that? Yeah, why? We digress. We hope these reasons can give you a little more insight and also spark the conversation with you and your loved one. If you are single and you're thinking about getting married, I urge you to reevaluate the reason why you're getting married. And if you're in a marriage and you might have gotten married for one of these reasons, first of all, don't give up. Don't just say, I messed up. I need to get out. No. I urge you to figure out what was the root cause, and then go deeper, and figure out what are we working towards now. What's our goal? Yeah, what's our goal now? Mm-hmm. What's our vision? Where do we want to go? Yes. What's ideal for us, and how do we get there? Mm-hmm. And if you need help with that, we offer a free masterclass that if you go to our website, couplespursuit.com, you can actually look at the masterclass, and then if you need more advice, you can go back to our website, couplespursuit.com/talk, and book a call with us. Right. And we would love to talk to you. We would love to just give you 45 minutes of just our time to be able to pour into you, and also to invite you to a community of like-minded people that are always helping each other, always pushing each other. If that's you, go to the website, couplespursuit.com, and book a call. Yes, we thank you for listening today. We hope that we said something to encourage you, something to make you think. This is not something for you to go back and say, oh God, I think I messed up. I think we need to, get a divorce. We should separate. We should never have gotten married. No. It's never too late to build. Mm-hmm. It's never too late to become united. It's never too late to reevaluate where you're going. As a matter of fact, we have to do that, every so often. Yes, you have to. Mm-hmm. You have to. And I address two groups of people: when you're single or you're engaged, or either you're just newlyweds or getting married, but also to the committed ones, the one that has you've been doing this 10, 15, 20 plus years. Yeah. And even you. Yes. This is for you too, also to say, hey, what are we doing? What's our vision going forward? Mm-hmm. Now, you always need to keep that first and foremost, so you can always have something to strive to. Absolutely. Yeah, that's good. So we hope to hear from you. Thank you for all of you that tuned in. We look forward to seeing you again. Until next time, we pray that the Lord bless you, that He keep you, may His face shine upon you, be gracious to you, give you peace. And we'll see you here again next time on Couples Pursuit Live. Bye.
Bye.